not need some man TikTok.
Like, why would they take this app from the girl?
And to the US government, I'm never forgiving you for this. So yeah, I'm kind of crashing out right now.
As a person that grew up consuming content from the ripe old age of 10, yes, because that's when some of the OGs were actually starting to post to YouTube, and I formed my YouTube addiction, I see myself more as a content consumer before a content creator. And as consumers, we need to calm down. As TikTok's impending doom grew closer for the ban, a new trend started for influencers talking about some of their confessions to this Family Guy sound. Then, TikTok was finally banned. For like only 12 hours, and it came back, I'm not even joking, thanks to President Trump, which wasn't even inaugurated yet, and was literally the person 5 years ago saying he wanted to ban TikTok. So make it make sense, whatever, I'm moving on from that part. So some of the confessions from this trend were very obvious jokes, but a lot of people felt some of the confessions were a bit more than a joke and had some truth to them. After the ban and then unban, a lot of influencers just continued on like nothing happened, but some of them actually addressed it. Let's dive into some of them. Starting with Baby Dumpling. She has over 2.2 million followers on TikTok and is known for, in my opinion, overeating food and especially claiming that she does eat it all. There's multiple videos where she says she actually eats all of this. Like, that is her thing. That is the foundation of her content. And that was until the impending TikTok ban was about to happen. She participated in this confession trend and stated that she actually didn't eat all of her food.
There's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of mukbang content. I am more of a food poop or food preparation enjoyer, especially some of the Korean street vendors. I'm not even joking, after making dinner, my partner and I will sit and watch Korean street food get made while we're eating our just pleb food. One day, maybe I'll actually try the authentic thing and the real deal, but watching people eat, especially overindulging, is really just off-putting to me. It just makes me think of how much my own stomach would hurt and how food comaed and uncomfortable I'd feel after eating all of that. It especially bothers me when there's so many mouth noises, like the situation with this influencer especially makes me mad because I can only imagine some of the younger audience that have found their content and are just like, wow, why can't I look like that? Why does my body have to be the way it is? There must be something wrong with me. I wish I could eat that much and stay that skinny. Like, this girl just needs to stop lying out her boop about her content. But wait, she can't actually tell the truth. Otherwise, no one would care to watch her because they would know that she's either purging or spitting her food out. And remember, the only reason she jokingly said she doesn't eat all the food was because TikTok was about to disappear. And she was just hopping on that goodbye trend. Like, even without that trend happening before the TikTok ban, how dumb do you think the general public actually is? Actually, okay, wait, never mind. Really, I don't want to ask that because it's actually pretty sad. How dumb do you think I am? Just look at the video she posted not even a week after her confession. She is claiming she ate all of this in one day. Like, there's just no way. This is so much food. Okay, no. There's no way. Each of those cinnamon rolls, first of all, they look delicious, but each of those cinnamon rolls on their own, I feel like would have to be like at least 500 calories, at bare minimum. So she's talking about 2,000 calories in cinnamon rolls, and then all of that other stuff she's eating, that's at least like 4,000 calories. So right at this point, we're nearly like 8,000 calories. She's not eating this much and not exercising and looking the way she does. It literally just does not compute. In another video, she was looking at alternative jobs because the TikTok ban was coming, and this was her comment when thinking about becoming an OF influencer.
I have talked to my family about it. They actually wouldn't care, but I care. And like, I wish I didn't. It means I would have to like, I don't know, work out to have a nice body. And I can't show my hoo-ha and I can't do it.
Which this, to me, which I might be jumping to conclusions, but I think a lot of people would glean this, means right now she's not actively working out at least that much. And to me, this is the biggest giveaway. Because I feel like maybe I could be convinced that you were eating all of that food if you were exercising like intensely for hours a day. but making it seem like you barely even exercise, then you absolutely are flat out lying about what you eat. And this might be controversial to some, but blaming your metabolism for weight loss or gain can only go so far. On either end, you're not going to defy the laws of thermodynamics by generating or destroying mass in your body. Like, you're not eating well over 7,000 calories in a day with little to no exercise and staying that thin. The same way, you're not gonna be over 400 pounds, but you're only consuming 1,500 calories a day.
Hi, my dumplings. I thought it was obvious that it was a joke. I promise I eat all the food. I literally post uncut videos. This is so awkward.
No, you don't.
It's like telling someone a joke and the joke doesn't land, or like no one thought it was a joke. Because I eat all the food. Everyone's gonna think I'm retracting because the ban got lifted, but I actually plan on making a follow-up video right after. I just got like immediately drunk and went.
Like, seriously, it's just so stupid to lie about that. And then to make a video claiming you were joking and just trying to backtrack by making a video showing you eating uncut. We've already had people debunk similar things by showing how easy it is to add cuts, especially when the video is time-lapse or sped up like this. Some of the commenters are even mentioning, "I'm here for the live." And honestly, that would be the only thing that I could think of to give her a little bit of credit of like actually eating what she says she's eating. But even at that, all of her other content of what I eat in a day have to be flat out lies. It just seems so scummy and annoying to build your whole brand and online presence around this lie. Another person I want to talk about is Kaylee May. Some of you might know her as Ice Cube Lady, because if I'm being completely honest, that is the only thing I knew her for, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I mean, it makes sense because if you look at a lot of her highest viewed videos, it is these Ice Cube videos. So a lot of people will probably mostly know her by that. In these videos, she would make these insanely over-the-top Ice Cube restocking videos that seriously just made me so jealous. Like, if I had the time to make this type of stuff, I think all my meals would just be Ice Cubes at that point, because all of them look so good. But right before the TikTok ban, she posted this video.
What? Did not care for The Godfather.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
And at first, I just thought, how wasteful. Like, are you just spending a bunch of money on all of this fruit and all of these add-ins and so much energy just to record this and just throw it away after you get your TikTok videos? And I guess the good thing is she at least did clarify in some of the comments that her family loves them. So hopefully that means it's at least not getting just completely thrown away. But I'm not even sure if I fully believe that. It just seems like such an odd thing to make so many videos related to something you literally don't give a about. Because then at that point, you can pretty much put together the only reason you were making that content was for views. Like, flat out. Your sole purpose of those videos was views. She even made a follow-up video after the ban, which was a bit funny.
Hey.
Oh my god.
How y'all doing?
It might not be her only type of content, but it is absolutely some of her most popular and most viewed content. For this case, it might not be that bad because really, her lie is just about ice. Like, it's just ice. And her whole brand is not centered around just these types of Ice Cube restocking videos. She has a whole lot of other types of content, and it seems like more recently she hasn't even been making these types of ice videos. But the issue I have with this at this point is if I followed her, I would assume she's probably faking a lot of her other routine and lifestyle content just to be aesthetically pleasing for TikTok. I would just find it hard to watch and support someone constantly thinking she's only doing this because it looks pretty. Or she doesn't even care about it. She only made it look like this because she wants views. To me, it just seems extra scummy when it is lifestyle content because that's supposed to be the type of content that is supposed to be most relatable. And even in this genre, everything is being curated for the most clicks and is often something the content creator doesn't even care about. At least in this case, the good thing is it was just ice, and she really doesn't post much more about the ice anymore. So whatever for that one, to be honest. The next person I wanted to touch on is Meredith Duxbury. She is a huge makeup influencer with over 18 million subscribers and got a big following with her foundation challenge in 2020. Here, she was using something like 10 pumps, if not more at times, of foundation on her face. It's honestly quite ridiculous how many views this trend got her. But the overuse of foundation is pretty much what got her a lot of her followers, and it has even gotten her sponsorships and collaborations with companies like Allure showing off her technique. She even gave a 3-part series giving more in-depth on her technique.
Number one conspiracy right now is that I redo all my foundation off camera. And that is just simply not true. And I know you guys are not going to believe me, and that's fine. No. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Yeah. No, everyone's like, you can get the same coverage without using all that foundation. And maybe you personally can, but so for me, this is how much I like to use. A lot of people think I do my foundation like this for views, which is untrue. Go to part 2.
Okay, I just have to point out how ironic it is that she ends her third part in the series saying, a lot of people think I do this for views, which just isn't true. And then tells you to go to part 2. When if you're on 3, you've probably already watched 2. Like, she just wants more views. What the hell? But of course, right before the TikTok ban, she confessed.
Share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
And to be honest, unless you have like pumice stone for skin that can just all the foundation up, you are not going from this to this without taking off a big chunk of that foundation. At this point, I think the big reason why I wouldn't want to follow somebody like this is because if they're willing to flat out lie about something so trivial, they're going to have a much easier time lying about other things too. Like, I would have at least had more respect for her if she didn't make a 3-part TikTok series going in depth into her technique and how it works and how it absolutely isn't fake. It literally could have just stayed a hidden does she or doesn't she background lore and let people just speculate where you don't just address it or something. But since she made that 3-part series and made the confession video, it just feels a bit icky and is just promoting being so wasteful just for the sake of views. Subscribe for part 2 to see the next influencer. Nah, I won't do you guys like that. Okay, let's end it on a funny and adorable note because I wish most of the confessions were more like this influencer. This is Glam with Stella. She's pretty much been living a double life of accounts on TikTok.
So since we're all sharing our secrets, I guess I will tell you my biggest TikTok secret. Started off with a mullet wig, and then I went on Amazon and ordered fake mustache and beard. But there was just something so freeing about being a drag king, like cosplaying as a man. But yeah, that's my big TikTok secret. Let me stop yapping for real. I'm about to show you.
Send nudes. You can dance, you can drive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that thing, she is the dancing queen.
Listen, I might get some hate for this, but I do not like hummus. I know everybody loves it. I've tried it a few times, and it's just not my cup of tea. I'm more of a queso kind of guy. Or maybe a good buffalo chicken dip. Shoo. Anyway, just my opinion.
Please post more. These are hilarious. I wish more of the confessions were lighthearted and just funny like this one. But for some of the other ones, it seems like a big part in all of these people's content is rage baiting. There's no way you use that much makeup. There's no way you eat all that food. And that's how it keeps just getting more engagement and growing more and more off of their one-trick wonders trends. It makes me wonder how many influencers out there didn't take part in this trend and strategically withheld information because if their audience knew, they likely wouldn't have a following or supporters anymore. I bet if like 90% of the influencers out there were just completely transparent and truthful about their content, they would no longer be making any money. Or maybe I'm completely wrong because maybe people just don't have the will or time to care because a lot of influencers just continued posting like nothing happened and a lot of their audience doesn't seem to care. Think of how much more exaggerated this is, especially with things like sponsorships, affiliate links, or brand relations. There are so many times influencers have not used a product and just to turn around and give it raving reviews to get a bag off of your hard-earned money. Or people with surgeries that are not disclosed talking about how great their new workout plan is. Go buy it. Please second guess everything you see online, especially if you invest a lot of time in watching them, and especially if you invest money into them or their products related to them. Stop letting people become millionaires off of taking advantage of you. I mean, maybe unless it's me, go by myself. I'm very far away from a million, but I could get closer. I usually don't showcase the earrings, but we also have a new headphone stand, as you can see in the background. It's a mushroom and it glows and I freaking love it. You are the one out of your money, out of your limited time on this earth, while the influencers are still getting their bag and going back like nothing happened. And when I say all influencers are liars, I mean it, even me. Maybe not flat out liars, but we absolutely curate what you see to give a certain image and withhold information. I have certain lighting that's set up to make me look less gremlin-y, and you guys wouldn't believe how much of a mess I have hidden off screen. Like, I clean up my background before every recording because it gets messy so fast. And whenever I don't want to deal with finding a spot to put something when I'm cleaning up and organizing, the spot is right here and right here, perfectly off screen. And you guys will never see these parts of my room. The other thing that bothers me in this case is how so many people rejoice at being able to get back onto TikTok when TikTok still might get banned. It is only a delay of 75 days, so that brings us to like early April. Then it might get officially banned. Or whatever our oligarch overlords decide to do. I want to end it with some wise words from John Green.
You know what the last few days have me thinking pretty clearly? Take back your attention. Stop giving it away. Be intentional with what gets put into your brain. This idea that the TikTok algorithm is somehow something you curate, no. It is curating you. The word oligarchy comes from the word power and the word few. It is power held by few. And we can argue over whether or not that's already happened in America, but we cannot argue whether or not that's happened in our information ecosystem. And what we consume, what we put into our brains is what we become. Donald Trump signals to the world that he is going to punish people who run large businesses if they don't get in line. And what do? They get in line. They agree to play that game. They have all agreed to play that game. They were all there. The attention oligarchy is here. It's been here, obviously. But the brazenness with which the current party in charge of the government in the US is saying out loud that they want to reward the attention oligarchs that do what they say and punish the ones that don't is new. It's new and it's scary. And I think that in that situation, we don't win the attention war by fighting the attention war. We win the attention war by ending it. Take back your attention.
Try to just spend some time focusing on you this year. Do something for your physical or mental well-being. Being so attached to social media platforms can be so detrimental to your health, and learning how to value your own attention and time will only benefit you. Thank you for taking time out of your day, which is important, to watch my measly video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.